Welcome back, everybody. We're in video number 3 of this 300-gallon build, and as you see on the screen here, we're looking at the old filtration system for this 300-gallon. We went ahead and upgraded this to a much lower profile that makes it easier to maintain. What we did is ran out to Home Depot and picked up a nice 60-gallon rugged tub and brought that home and turned it into a full-blown sump filtration system for this 300-gallon that will allow us to keep the water crystal clear and the fish safe and healthy. Now, once we were done with this filtration system, it was time to go ahead and get this thing scaped. So we picked up all the materials, went out and found a crazy driftwood. We found this epic light system that changes colors, makes a thunderstorm / lightning storm, sunrise, sunset, all of that kind of stuff. We got everything set up, and this scape is absolutely epic. Got everything fully planted. We even had a little visitor drop by and give us some feedback on this tank.
Yo, Christopher Scott, it's MD. I don't talk about that, do I?
No. Which was crazy, and we're super grateful for MD. So thanks very much, MD. But that is not what today's video is going to be about. Today's video is going to be about specifically stocking this tank with fish that you guys recommended in the comments in the last video. What's going on, everybody? Well, we are back in video number 3 of this 300-gallon build, and I got my little sidekick, Maximus Roberto. Is that your name? What's your name? This is Rick. Say hi, Rick. We're back, and I got my little sidekick, Max Robert, here. Now, before we get into this video today, one of the things I want you to know is that we are actually going to need a couple more types of schooling fish. So what do we need them to do?
Go ahead and comment some ideas for some schooling fish down below, because we're going to be picking up fish in the next video for you guys.
Well, like little Max just said, make sure that you comment below and let us know some ideas for some more schooling fish. You're going to see what we're picking up today, because we're not going to fully stock this tank in this video today, just simply because we do not want to overload it and cause any kind of problems, because there is a whole lot, a literal ton of money being spent on fish that are going in this tank, and the last thing we want to have happen is to have them die. So we're going to do this gradually, safely, in the way that you should properly stock a tank with hundreds of fish. Now, we have one thing to accomplish before we head out and get these fish, and that is we need to do a little bit of maintenance on this sump filtration system that we built in the very first video, and I'm gonna show you that now, and we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed. Okay, so we need to make a modification to this sump filtration. If you notice, the outlet from the tank into this sump is hitting right here on this side. It's doing the same thing over here. Well, all of this filter media that's right here is not getting touched. So if we move this hose out of the way, we will see that this mechanical filtration is picking up all kinds of debris, which is exactly what it should be doing. However, that's the only spot hitting it. So what we want to do is we want to maximize water flow over this entire spot right here instead of just one particular spot. So how we're going to do that is with a couple of pieces of PVC. Number one is we're going to be using a T that's going to go right onto the top of this outlet here, which will allow water to flow out of both sides. And then we're going to use a couple of pieces of PVC. So we are going to get into this right now and see how this turns out. First things first, I need to go ahead and cut a couple of pieces of PVC. So what I want to do is go ahead and measure this, and this is just a rough measurement, really. I'm just going to measure this, just make sure that it fits where we need it to. And it in fact does. So I've also went ahead and capped this on one end with just a regular PVC cap. Now what we're gonna do, starting it right at the edge, we're just gonna drill a series of holes. So the idea here is I take this pipe and plug it into each side. We actually get more water distribution over our filter media, which is exactly what we're going for here. So now there's even distribution over all of the filter media, or most of it. And then all we have to do is, if we want to change direction, we just come in here and move the pipe. So I went ahead and cut and drilled out the pipe for the other side as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in now. All right, guys, well, the next step here is we need to go ahead and do a massive water change. So we're gonna go ahead and get that started now. All right, well, now that we have the water drained, what we're gonna do is go ahead and start filling this back up. As we're filling it up though, we're gonna go ahead and replant some of the plants that have come up during this water change, which are the dwarf aquarium lilies, as well as a couple of Java ferns. All right, well, we went ahead and got this water change done and replanted the plants that we jacked up when we did the water change. And now it's time to go ahead and head out and look for some fish. What do you think, Max?
That sounds like a great idea. In fact, what I want to pick up is Eastern Arizona, blackfin, silver skirt, rummy nose, tetra barb shark.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, let me see if I got that right. So you're saying you want an Eastern Arizona, blackfin, white skirt, rummy nose, tetra barb shark? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but we're gonna see if they got them, so let's get out of here.
We're at the fish store. They're gonna order us some fish so we can stock our 300 gallons. So we're gonna order some angel fish. They look so cool. Look at the black, the white, and the yellow on them. Look how cool these are. They're albino angel fish. We should get some of these.
All right, well, we're back at the house. We've got our fish that we went ahead and picked up today, and you'll get to see those in just a minute because we're actually gonna take those inside and we're gonna acclimate them properly, and we're gonna use two forms of acclimation. We're going to temperature acclimate them by floating the bag in the top of the water. Now, most people just, when you watch these videos, that's what they do, is they just float them in the water. Well, that really doesn't do anything but acclimate them to the temperature of your tank. We are actually gonna drip acclimate them, and what that means is we're gonna put them into a bucket, and then we're going to run an airline hose from the water column in this tank and let it drip water into this 5-gallon bucket until it fills up enough where they are acclimated to the parameters of our water within the tank. So we're gonna get that done as well. But you'll get to see these fish in a minute. But I will guarantee you one thing. What they did not have, unfortunately, was an Eastern Arizona blackfin, white skirt, rummy nose, tetra barb shark. Is that what it was? They did not have those, did they? But he said he's gonna look on the list and see if he can order it, so stay tuned. We got our water change done. The tank is looking fantastic. We have a couple of bags of fish up here that we're gonna show you in just a minute. Now, I will tell you, I said we're buying hundreds of fish for this aquarium in the title, and we are. Just not in today's video. Today, we're gonna be stocking it with about 35 fish. And really the reason is we don't wanna overload the bio load in this tank. We're gonna do it gradually. So there'll be another video coming out where we stock it with the next set of fish. I picked 2 fish out of all of the comments that came around for this tank build, and we're gonna put those in now. So I'd like to first introduce you to our first type of fish, and that is this one right here. Now our next fish will be placed in by hand, one at a time. Well, these guys have all been in here for about 24 hours at this point. So they should be acclimated to their environment. And if you look, I've actually been able to kind of tap on the glass and they will follow me, which means that they are acclimated and they are not necessarily Scared? So what we want to do is go ahead and see if we can feed these guys. As of right now, what we have is we have 25 bloodfin tetras, as well as 10 assorted angelfish. You guys know, or maybe you don't if you're new, but I love angelfish, and that's why I really wanted to put angelfish in here. Super personable, super cool fish, just love their temperament. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these guys to eat. Video number 3 of this 300-gallon build is now in the books, and you guys have hopefully enjoyed it, and you have enjoyed this entire process. Hopefully you enjoyed the fish that we put in here today. If you don't know and you're new to the channel, I happen to actually love angelfish, one of my favorite fish. And you know, with that, I need you guys to make sure you go ahead and comment below, like Max Robert told you early on, to let us know a couple more schooling fish that would go well here. And I'd really like them to be South American, Central American, something like that. But go ahead and make sure you comment as many different types of fish you would like down below that would work well in this tank. We want to pick up maybe 2 to 3 more nice sized schools of fish to go in here, so make sure you put that in the comments. But with all of that, little Max Robert has something to say to you real quick.
If you haven't followed us on Instagram or subscribed to our channel, do that now. And definitely follow us on Instagram because we're losing followers. And I really need you to follow. It'll make me smile.
All right, guys. Well, like little Max Robert said, make sure you go follow us on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And for anybody that is stuck around this far, let me give you a little sneak peek in what is coming up in our next video. We have a bucket. We have some PVC pipe, and we have some egg crate, and we have some wood and a hose and a bunch of foam. That is all you're going to get to see, but I will tell you that this whole little component right here goes into this bucket. So make sure you got your notification bell on, because you do not want to miss this video that's coming up or any of the other content, because we got a whole list of video ideas and we are trying to put out more content more often for your enjoyment, and hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you are, easy way to tell us that, make sure you like the video. Tell your friends, tell your family. And with all that, guys, we will see you next time.